everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Palmer's Cardinals going up against Jared Goff's Rams. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton, and you know, now more than ever, it's a passing league. We know that, and as Larry hit onto the open, we've got a couple of great passers squaring off here this afternoon.
And usually the discussion centers in on how they're going to compete against the opposite defense. But you and I had a nice little chat with one of these guys in this game, and they did say, look, I'm always competing against the opposite quarterback. If I play better than he does, I think my team has an advantage.
Makes the handshake afterwards a little sweeter, too. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jared Goff bringing the Rams out onto the field, and the Rams, they beat Jacksonville this last week. They've matched their win total from a year ago, Charles, and the first time that they've been 3-0 on the road since 2001.
And how about their quarterback, Jared Goff? No longer a rookie, second year now. 11 of 21, 124 yards and a touchdown. Not terrific numbers, but look who he's played in the last 2 weeks. Seattle, Jacksonville, those are pretty tough defenses. Bottom line, though, got the win this week.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. Again they run with Girly. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes him back to where they started. 3rd and 10. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Girly. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. As you see Carson Palmer bring out the Arizona Cardinals. You saw their game last week against Tampa Bay. What, he complete the first 14 passes of the contest?
Yeah, actually, we could be technical and say he did the first 15. Although the 15th was an interception. But still, he was absolutely phenomenal in the game. Got great support from the running of Adrian Peterson. More time in the pocket to throw the football. And they opened the game with touchdown drives of 76, 86, and 95 yards. First time they've done that. 3 consecutive TDs since 2006. Remember who the starter was then?
Kurt Warner.
You got it.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Palmer. Going to throw right side here, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I want to discuss Larry Fitzgerald as we see the Arizona starters, because he just keeps racking up milestones. Last week, had a catch in his 200th straight game. This week, he moved past Steve Smith for 7th place all-time in receiving yards. He's approaching 15,000.
That's absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? And he's only 80 yards shy of 6th place on that list. Every week, it's a new milestone for Larry Fitzgerald. And guess what else? He still blocks on the perimeter pretty darn well, too.
He does it all. On 2nd down, Peterson. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
At one point, the LA Rams defensive front 4 was made up of 4 first-round draft picks, but maybe the best of them all at that time, and still is Aaron Donald. Yeah, he's a force.
Former Pitt Panther, and we were praising him a lot last year during our weekly commentary updates, weren't we?
Yeah, strength, quickness, mobility, he has it all. 4th in the Defensive Player of the Year voting in 2016.
Andy Lee, 3-time All-Pro on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Rams will get ready to go again on offense here in a second. But, you know, it's interesting. Instead of going back home after their game against Jacksonville last week, they stayed there in Jacksonville before heading over across the pond.
Yeah, they didn't want to make that trip back west and then have to come all the way back through essentially the same spot to get to London. I think it's a smart move on their part since they decided not to go immediately to London. So they'll get their workouts there, they'll find the facilities that they need, and then they'll head over for a big divisional showdown against the Arizona Cardinals.
Goff on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And the 11 defensive starters for Arizona.
With the Cardinals, you get a package of pressure, and that's on any down, any distance. They always want more people near the line of scrimmage, more people attacking the quarterback. And then back behind that, they have a lot of different looks in their secondary, and they can't wait to get Tyrann Mathieu back on the field full time. He's their wild card because they can play him at safety or at corner.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Out of the gun. Goff. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Goff finding fellow second-year man Higbee for a Rams first down. The Rams dead last in the NFL last year on third down conversions, just 32%, but they come through there.
They've got a much better chance of that number rising this year for a variety of factors. Of course, they're going to get their quarterback, Jared Goff, going. But the big part is, last season, they were really a one-trick pony on offense. Now they'll be much more varied under new head coach Sean McVay.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
To throw on second down is Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. A shotgun snap for Goff. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Oh, we got a second here before this next drive starts. It seems like every week we're talking injuries, and we had 3 quarterback shoulder injuries from this last week.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate because we're talking about some of the most recognizable players in the league. Jameis Winston really coming on as a young quarterback. Trevor Siemian, captain of the Denver Broncos, and won the job for a 2nd year in a row. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers may be the best quarterback in the league. You know, Rodgers probably gone for the season. Winston, I think they could have brought him back, but they were cautious with him and kept him out of the game. And Siemian did play in the second half in their loss to the Giants.
Yeah, that's the good news. 2 of the 3 able to return. Unfortunately for Rodgers, not looking so good. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The defense here for the Rams.
Brandon, when Connor Barwin came out of the University of Cincinnati, the thing I remembered most about him was what he did while he was in college. Tight end. Played on the basketball team before moving over to defensive end at the behest of his head coach, and boy, has that paid off well for him. Started 96 consecutive games in Philadelphia, signed with the Rams in the offseason to play outside linebacker again with a comfort zone in that defense.
On second down, Palmer. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On third down, Palmer. Man open left side is Brown. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Well, before this next offensive drive gets going, you know, we still have 2 0-6 teams in the NFL, the 49ers and the Browns, and you're looking at me because I know you made a prediction that one of these 2 teams would win this past week.
Yeah, we had the Giants in there going into it as well, right? We had the Giants, 49ers, and Browns, and I predicted that the Browns would be the first to get off the schneid. Instead, it was the Giants. So the Browns looking at me a little crooked eye, aren't they? Like, hey, just leave us alone and let us play. Don't make any more predictions, man.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Girly again here on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
2nd down and just 1. A play fake to Girly. Now Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over to the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
They always say when you have your health, you have everything. And Tyrann Mathieu back on the field, full strength. Great sight to see.
How helpful is that for the secondary of Arizona?
Beyond helpful because they can match him up in so many different ways. Outside corner, inside of the nickel slot, safety position, both strong and free. His versatility drives them in the secondary.
Now gone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
Arizona takes over on offense again in a second. And, last week you saw what Adrian Peterson did. Collectively, Bruce Arians just said, hey, it was a day for the old guys. Cardinals have the oldest team in the NFL.
Well, think about what happened in that game because you're talking about Carson Palmer had a big game, Larry Fitzgerald, and Adrian Peterson. And since Bruce Arians was the head coach, yeah, that's 4 old guys who were celebrating in a big, big way. And also, how about teammates helping out teammates? Larry Fitzgerald, when the trade went down, told Adrian Peterson, you can stay at my guest house until you get settled. That arrangement's working very well for the Arizona Cardinals.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And that interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And the Rams getting set to go now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Last year, Girly, 74% of LA's carries. That's the highest percentage in the league.
But no real payoff because they finished 31st in the league in rushing. I think as a team, they ran for 78 yards per game. They had a 1,000-yard receiver in Kenny Britt out wide, but they really didn't scare people downfield. And because of that, they stacked the line of scrimmage and stuffed the run game.
Here's Goff. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on fourth down, Goff will yield to Greg Zuerlein for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. So a turnover-filled first quarter of play comes to an end. 0-0 our score. We're back to Southern California right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set to go again, here's Carson Palmer heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Second down, here's Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Palmer to Brown, and the Cardinals move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Palmer to throw on second down. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Here's Palmer. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Johnson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And our focus now moves on to Larry Fitzgerald. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Back to the air, Palmer after the pick six. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They give it to Peterson. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Again, Peterson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. the gun. Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know one adage that actually held up last year. Age is just a number. And I'm talking about Larry Fitzgerald. 33 years old, led the NFL in receptions with 107.
Third oldest guy to lead the NFL in receptions. Two guys did it at age 34, Jerry Rice and MacArthur Lane. On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Back to the ground, Peterson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They run again with Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now on 4th down, Bruce Arians will send out his field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll stick to the ground game with Girly. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Rams on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Goff. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Getting set to go again. We get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. They start the drive with Peterson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Handoff comes to Peterson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
It's AP, Adrian Peterson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
From the pistol, they run with Peterson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll fake the give to Ellington. Now it's Palmer. Powerful running. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Andy Lee now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Thomas. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. You're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume, here. On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to get this one to the rookie, Cooper Kupp. A very solid gain of 27. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Right. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Now Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the gun on third down, Goff. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down, Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key to tight end. Hot.
Goff throwing again. This is caught. Watkins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. To the air again. Goff. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Throwing again is gone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods from 4 yards out. And the Rams add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And our focus now moves on to Larry Fitzgerald. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Throwing now, Palmer on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Well, let's go league-wide for a second, Charles. Kansas City losing to Pittsburgh, so no more undefeated teams remaining in the NFL. The 72 Dolphins could celebrate once again.
I wonder if they got caught off guard a little bit, that it happened this early. Because some years, they almost go to the wire, don't they? In this case, heck, we're not even at the halfway mark, and the celebration has already begun for that team.
I guess the closest was the Patriots when they lost to the Giants. But, yeah, this year, no such intrigue. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
His first carry. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Rams are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Cardinals didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now first and 10, Gurley's going to take off here, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to their own 43-yard line. Cardinals have it early in the second. The pass ends up being picked off. Rams will end up returning it for a touchdown as they go out in front, 10-0. Waiting seconds of the half. Woods has got nobody around him on the catch. He capped off the 7-play drive for the score. The lead now at 14.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here's Britton Golden now on the return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Palmer, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 65 yards. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. That pass going awry gives me a second to fit in a stat that you told me. The 3 worst rushing offenses in the NFL this past week, Charles, all had 100-yard runners, and they all got a win.
Yeah, how about the motivation for a couple of them, too? Adrian Peterson going to the Cardinals, he had a lot to prove, didn't he? He wanted to let everyone know that he still had the juice, and he ran all over Tampa Bay. How about Miami going into Atlanta and upsetting the Falcons, and Jay Ajayi got back on track? But did you have Orleans Darkwa of the Giants putting a 100 spot on the Denver Broncos in Denver and winning?
I did not have that.
You did not have that. Just think, all 3 of them won their game. Yeah, if you run the football in the league, you got a chance to be successful.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
10 yards still left on second down.
Hey, just like that. Just like that. Here we go.
Again, Goff. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on it a little bit more.
Here's Goff. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Corey Peters in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number, led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. You've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd down, Palmer. And his throw here's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Palmer to throw. Caught right side, Gresham. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Returnable for Thomas. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. To throw on 2nd down is Goff. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
When I watched Jared Goff on tape at Cal, I saw a guy who wasn't just a dart thrower. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll try a handoff right with Girly. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've had a lot of college kids ask me, is it really important to play in the postseason? I put it on tape already, and I've always answered to them, depends on how much you put on tape. And Hassan Reddick from Temple, he put more on tape in the postseason at the Senior Bowl, being able to play inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end, blew up huge there, and was the number 13 pick in the entire draft.
Another carry now for Girly. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Rams on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So on 4th down, Goff will yield to Greg Zuerlein for the field goal try. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Anytime you call man coverage against Larry Fitzgerald, you're really holding your breath as a defensive guy because his ability to run such precise routes and use that big frame that he has, that body against you, it's going to be very difficult to break passes up against him.
Yeah, when you make 9 Pro Bowls in your first 12 years, you might want to give him a little bit more coverage than that.
Yeah, it's not just athletic ability. He's a thinking man's receiver as well.
Now Palmer on first down. It's complete to Jerron Brown. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, here's Palmer. Here's a screen to Powell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down following the run. From midfield now, here's Palmer. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Palmer. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Peterson running right. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Carry number 20 now for Peterson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
The Cardinals on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Palmer. He checks it down here to Ellington. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Getting set to go again here on offense. Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Back to throw. Goff. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Hassan Reddick, the rookie from Temple. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Corey Peters in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They go play action with Palmer. Going up top. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Cardinals on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Here's Andy Lee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Nifty move. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Goff on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Fresh set of downs here. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On the draw, Goff gives to Girly. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
The Rams on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's to the 10, avoids him at the 5, and he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That good for 22 and a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Another try on 2nd down with Girly. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Out of the gun, Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams add on to their lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker. Sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On first down, it's Palmer. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now Palmer to throw on second down. And Gresham has it left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Palmer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Palmer to throw again. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The 2 old workhorses, Palmer and Fitzgerald, connecting there for a Cardinal first.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing again here, Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Throwing now, Palmer on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Second and 10 now, and it's Palmer. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Second and 10, it's Palmer again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Matt Longacre coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Palmer gets him set, 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Palmer. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On second down, here's Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
First down, it's Girly. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? Throwing on third, Goff. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Goff to Watkins for a Rams first down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Goff going to throw it. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Goff turns and gives to Girly. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.